You start to believe that maybe with Isha's belief in her, Jinx could change, and it's so heartbreaking. What's wrong with you? Why did you write that?
Spoiler alert, we're about to dive deep on Arcane, Season 2, Act 2. This is the Arcane Afterglow.
Hey everyone, welcome back to The Last Drop.
And welcome, Reed.
Hey, thanks for having me, guys. The producers have given us a list of questions. We're gonna do our best to answer them. Y'all ready?
Let's go.
Here I am, your big fat hero.
Has Jinx fully given into the idea of being a leader?
No, I don't think so.
Me, a hero. How screwed up is this place?
I don't know if she ever really fully accepted when she meets Isha, and there's this little girl who she sees a lot of herself in, who looks up to her.
You kind of remind me of her.
It gives her, that's a very difficult thing to reckon with when you don't like yourself very much and you have a lot of guilt for things that you've done. It's difficult to kind of change the way you see yourself and start to have hope, but then I think it does. I think she does start to see herself as a leader, and she's fighting for something that she really cares about, and it's also something that Powder and Vi connected on very deeply when they were younger, and then But I don't think 100%. I think there's still that literal voice in the back of her head.
Her name is Jinx.
She's my sister.
That are telling her, people don't change, she can't really be that person, it's very difficult to run from this.
My heart broke when Isha sacrificed herself to save Jinx. The question here is, why is Jinx doomed to lose everyone she cares about?
Because she's a Jinx. It's almost a self-fulfilling prophecy. There's a reason Jinx sees a lot of herself in Isha. Isha is a lot like her. She's everything I think Powder wishes Powder was at that time. It's so heartbreaking because she's so sweet and so innocent, and you really see a side of Jinx come out when they're playing together with the crabby robot things.
Show some effort.
You see, this joyfulness, this real, inner child come out, and it's innocent, and you start to believe that maybe with Isha's belief in her, Jinx could change. It's so heartbreaking. What's wrong with you? Why did you write that?
Well, fair question too. But I think it is a kind of a terrible reminder for Jinx that Isha is inspired by, the chaos and the havoc and the destruction.
Still got all your insides?
I think it's just another reminder of, you'll never be able to escape this. Yeah, it's just so tough, especially when it happens to someone as innocent as Isha.
What's wrong with you? I keep telling myself that you're different, but you're not. It's her blood in your veins.
Then why are you the one acting like her?
Vi always has had a direction, but after her breakup with Caitlyn, she's lost her compass. What is Vi's mission now?
She doesn't have one for the first time in her life.
She's always a very strong person until she loses her compass here, which I think is just so disorienting for her.
Completely. There isn't ever a moment that we see her without a clear direction. Or maybe even if it's a little foggy, she still is stepping foot with so much conviction and so much confidence, but for the first time, she is completely disoriented and lost.
Okay, so follow-up question, is drinking and cage fighting the best way to handle a breakup? Just
Yes.
asking, yeah?
Yes.
It is? We all concur here?
Yeah.
On that note of heartbreak, you think that Caitlyn still loves Vi, or what you think is going on there?
There is love, yes. I think just the question is, can it survive? Caitlyn has this huge weight on her shoulders, and in that position, I feel like she definitely feels like she can't allow herself to indulge in any of her personal feelings and seem vulnerable and let that kind of distract her. What the?
With their fearless leader Echo lost in the anomaly, what are the Firelights up to?
Man, I would hope that they're still getting the business.
We gotta choose right now whether we're gonna throw in the towel or make a stand together.
We got a mission. It doesn't stop when the leader goes, so I hope that they're working with somebody from Piltover, or at least just holding down the underground until Echo finds his way back, maybe. Wherever they are.
After Silco has disappeared, it's just this huge power vacuum. Who's gonna be next? Is it gonna be shitty again for us? Is there an opportunity to kind of have a new world order, that could be much better? The Firelights are unfortunately also somewhat used to losing some of their members over time,
Right,
you know? And so, like, they know it's important to keep things going.
You want to call them criminals, but they just fight for good.
What are you waiting for? He's your dad, too.
There's a lot of loss in this season. How does Vander being alive change Jinx and Vi's relationship? How does it change after they lose him again?
We hear you can heal people.
There is this idea that if we can get Vander back, then maybe there's a chance for these sisters.
That fight between Jinx and Warwick is like pure adrenaline. How do you translate an epic fight scene like that from script to screen?
With great difficulty is the answer.
And destruction of the vocal
And
booth.
yeah, do you remember that? But no, it's just like a crazy person, and just like I do like karate chop movements in my booth and like make sounds, and then occasionally make sounds and occasionally break things.
How much of the creative comes from the animation team?
Honestly, one of the coolest parts is watching the animators research that kind of stuff. Like, you'll be at the studio and you'll see them like watch YouTube videos and really looking closely at like instruction videos or even just like real fights, and they also film themselves. There's like a bunch of martial artists also among the animators. All we have to do is like, and then they fight.
Right.
And then they go, all right, let's research, you know, how all this will actually be cool.
Jace, Victor, I suppose this is somewhat beyond where we left off.
Hex tech is the crux of Piltover's technological advancements. Now it threatens to destroy everything. So, what really is the anomaly, and why is it keeping Victor alive?
I thought you were done with Hextech. I was clouded by emotions. See what I've accomplished. You've given Hextech to the people? As we always promised we would.
There is the Hex core, which is actually the thing that Jason Victor invented in the beginning that has somewhat of his own agenda, you know, in mind, and reacts also to Victor in the beginning, you know, tries to save him. The anomaly, I don't want to say too much yet, because I think we're just after the second act here, but...
Hextech isn't a miracle. It's a curse. We have to end it, Victor.
It is a work of Victor.
I've come here to settle a debt.
My bookkeeper is down the hall.
What you've stolen is more precious than any gold. Did you truly believe Piltover was beyond our reach?
Specifically, Season 2, it deepens with the backstory of Ambessa's feud with the Black Rose. Could you explain to us what exactly the Black Rose is, and how did Ambessa get on their bad side?
Yeah, we always thought of the Black Rose as an organization that really represents mages in the world. So when this place Piltover invents something like Hextech, it kind of threatens the order of the world, you know, and where there's a certain supremacy, you know, as a mage, suddenly if you commoditize magic that is scary, but also very potent. And I think Ambessa sees the opportunity, especially when you oppose someone like the Black Rose. Needless to say, I mean, there's a feud, a blood feud, and Ambessa sees just the opportunity in what her daughter has built here in Piltover.
You wouldn't last 1 second without all your ugly gadgets and chicken shit tricks.
Ha! What about those over-designed bitch mittens you didn't even build yourself?
All right, honestly, everybody's gonna be talking about bitch mittens for the next however long. Could Jinx really keep up in a fight with Vi, no weapons? Like, what y'all think? Who's taking the bag?
I mean,
Last chance to surrender.
Go right ahead, fat hands.
do I get all my inventions and all my cool stuff?
No.
Well, no.
No.
I just thought maybe. Probably you. You're buff.
Yeah.
Vi throws down, yo.
Come on.
Yeah, she's pretty.
Yeah.
She's been.
But Jinx can run, so she can run real fast.
There is that.
Yeah, but Vi's been to prison.
I know.
Has been to prison.
This act ended with a huge moment, the big tragedy surrounding Isha, this really hopeful mission for Jinx. You have a very big decision from Jace, you know, for the first time really standing against Victor, and so obviously the massive repercussions coming up in the next act.
Well, I, for one, am excited to see Act 3, huh? Thank you guys for joining us here at The Last Drop once again for the Arcane Afterglow. Please do not miss next week's finale where the fate of Zahn, Piltover, and the Arcane will finally be decided.
A storm is coming, likes of which Piltover has never faced.
Victor's at the center of all this, isn't he?
Were you sidled up with that self-serving war pig? She oinked poison in your ear and you just ate it.
I know!
If you come, use all that explosive potential of yours for good, maybe we could rewrite your story